Have you ever stepped into a space and felt the air change? Heads turn, conversations falter, and a strange tension ripples through the room, not because you spoke, but because your presence alone shifts everything. It's not always comfortable. Sometimes it's unsettling, even threatening, not because you want to disrupt, but because your energy burns too fiercely for the shadows around you. Carl Jung, the master who unraveled the human psyche, said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. But when your inner fire blazes, it doesn't just transform, it incinerates illusions, stirs hidden truths, and rattles the masks people wear. You're not imagining it. That shift, that unease, is your soul's power speaking, a force most can't handle." In this video, I'll reveal 10 undeniable signs that you carry a powerful energy. Signs that mark you as different, deep, and destined for something greater. And if you stay until the end, sign number 10 will strike like a thunderbolt, showing you why your presence is both a gift and a challenge. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and join our community so you don't miss more raw truths like this. Let's dive into the fire of who you are. Chapter 1, you trigger insecurities without saying a word. You don't need to point fingers. Your very being is a mirror, reflecting what others bury deep. Your confidence, your authenticity shines a light on their doubts, their facades, their unspoken fears. Jung called this the shadow, the repressed parts of us that hide in the unconscious. When your energy pulls those shadows to the surface, people squirm. They might call you too intense or too much. But what they're really saying is, I can't face what I see in myself when you're near. I had a friend who'd get snappy whenever I talked about my dreams. I wasn't boasting, just sharing my plans to start a new project. But she'd roll her eyes, saying, "Why are you always so driven?" It wasn't about me. It was her insecurity, mirrored by my passion. If people get defensive or distant around you, if your presence makes them fidget for no reason, it's not your fault. It's their shadow. Exposed by your light. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just being real. And not everyone can handle that reflection. Chapter 2, you're often misunderstood, even with pure intentions. Your words come from the heart, not the shallow script of small talk or social norms. But most people are tuned to surface noise. The polite chatter, the safe phrases. They misread your silence as arrogance, your passion as aggression, your calm as coldness. Jung spoke of individuation, the journey to become whole by embracing your true self. That path demands authenticity over conformity, and it baffles those who cling to society's rules. I once shared my honest thoughts about a work issue with a colleague, hoping to spark a real discussion. They called me pushy, even though I just wanted to improve things. If your truth gets labeled too much, if your depth is seen as odd, it's not a flaw, it's your power. You don't speak to please, you speak to resonate. And those who can't meet you there will call you difficult, even dangerous. Let them. Your soul wasn't built for their comfort zone. Chapter 3, you attract admirers who fear your fire. Your energy is a magnet, pulling in people who crave your light but flinch at its heat. They want to be close, to bask in your strength. But they also try to tame you, to make you smaller, more palatable. Jung said the shadow projects are unlived potential onto others. Your presence reminds them of what they've buried, and that pull is both captivating and terrifying. A friend once said, "I wish I had your confidence." But then she'd nitpick my choices, saying, "You're too bold, you'll crash." She admired my courage, but feared what it showed about her own doubts. If people are drawn to you yet try to control or dim you, it's not love, it's their shadow, craving your power, but resenting it. True allies fan your flames, not snuff them out. Surround yourself with those who can stand in your heat. If these signs are ringing true, you're not alone. Share this video with someone who's felt this weight and drop a comment. Have you felt this energy? Hit subscribe and join our community to keep uncovering truths that light your path. Let's keep going. Chapter 4. You feel isolated. Even in crowds, you're surrounded by laughter, chatter, people, but you're somewhere else, like a ghost drifting through the noise. It's not that you can't connect, you can, but shallow talk scrapes at your soul. Jung believed the deeper we dive into our psyche, the harder it is to stay on the surface. Your energy craves soul-level truth, conversations that unravel mysteries, silences that speak. At a friend's party, I'd smile and chat, but inside, I was longing for something real, a talk about fears, dreams, the why behind it all. They called me quiet, but I was just saving my energy for what matters. If crowds leave you drained, if you feel unseen even when you're there, it's not loneliness, it's your power, living at a depth most can't reach. Embrace it, you're not meant for shallow waters. Chapter 5. You're called too intense or serious. People toss these labels when they can't handle your depth. You see what others miss, feel what they suppress, hear the unspoken. That's not drama, it's perception. Jung said, people will do anything to avoid facing their own souls. Your intensity threatens their comfort, so they box you as too much to protect their illusions. I shared a thought about life's meaning with a coworker, and they laughed, saying, "Why so deep?" It wasn't about being heavy, it was about seeing more. If your truths make people flinch, if they call you intense to dismiss you, it's not a fault, it's your strength. You're not here to entertain, you're here to awaken. Keep shining, even if it blinds them. Chapter 6. You burn out from feeling too much. Your energy doesn't just carry your emotions, it absorbs the room's unspoken pain, the tension in a voice, the hurt behind a smile. Jung called this hyper-awareness a gift of the unconscious, but it's heavy. You can't unsee dishonesty or ignore inauthenticity. Without boundaries, you dim, feeling raw, exhausted, even sick. I'd leave family gatherings drained, not from talking, but from sensing everyone's stress, their hidden fights. It was like carrying their emotions for them. If you feel this weight, if your soul tires from seeing too much, it's not weakness, it's your power. A conduit for truths. Protect it. Set boundaries. Seek solitude. Recharge. Your energy is sacred, and you must guard it. Chapter 7. People project their light and darkness onto you. You're a canvas for their inner battles. One sees you as a hero, another a threat, another their shame. Jung called this projection, where others cast their unconscious onto you. Your powerful energy draws these like a storm pulls lightning, and it's exhausting to carry what isn't yours. A friend once put me on a pedestal, saying I was inspiring, then turned cold, calling me selfish when I said no to a favor. It wasn't about me. It was her unresolved dreams and doubts. If people see you as more than you are, good or bad, it's not your burden, it's their shadow. Let their projections slide off you. Your truth is enough. Chapter 8. Your honesty cuts like a blade. You speak from the core, unfiltered, clear, resonant. It's freeing for those who love truth, but for most, it's too much. They want validation, not exposure. Jung said truth breaks through the unconscious's resistance, and that stings before it heals. Your words slice through illusions, and that makes you dangerous to the inauthentic. I told a friend they were avoiding their own fears, hoping to spark growth. They shut down, calling me judgmental. It wasn't cruelty, it was clarity. If your honesty makes people recoil, if they push you away for speaking truth, it's not your fault, it's your power. Keep speaking. You're not here to soothe lies. Chapter 9. You see what others can't face. You notice the cracks behind smiles, the tension in silence, the lies in polite words. It's not just intuition, it's spiritual pattern, recognition. Jung taught that the unconscious speaks in symbols, and you're tuned to that frequency. But seeing so much can leave you alone in a world that chooses blindness. I'd sense a coworker's frustration before they'd admit it. See their hurt in a single glance. They'd say, "I'm fine, but I knew better." If you see the unseen, if your awareness isolates you, it's not a curse. It's your gift. You're not built for the surface, you're built for depth. Embrace it, even if it sets you apart. Chapter 10. You live on the edge of two worlds. Reality for you isn't just what's seen, it's the unseen. The web of meaning behind the mundane. You feel synchronicities, sense truths in the ordinary. Jung said the unconscious speaks in symbols, and you hear it loud and clear. But not everyone does, and that can feel like exile. I'd noticed signs, a book falling open to the right page, a stranger's words echoing my thoughts. But when I shared them, people shrugged, saying, "That's just coincidence." If you feel the sacred in the everyday, if you straddle the visible and invisible, it's not madness, it's your power, a bridge to the divine. You're not alone. You're awake in a sleeping world. So, here you stand, with 10 signs that your energy is more than most can bear. You don't just walk through life, you shift it, challenge it, awaken it. It's lonely, yes, but it's also sacred. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Your powerful energy isn't too much. It's exactly what the world needs. Don't dim it. Protect it, nurture it, and let it burn bright. If this video spoke to your soul, share it with someone who's felt this fire. Drop a comment. Which sign hit you in the chest? Which one made you see your power? Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and join our community for more raw truths to embrace who you are in a world that fears your light. This isn't the end. It's the start of owning your fire, unapologetically. See you in the next one.